Dude, you're so cool.
Want to hear a funny story?
Did you just do that with your ring?
I did. I never need a bottle opener.
Does it hurt?
Sick, bro.
What?
Doesn't it hurt?
No, it doesn't hurt. Just keep doing it.
Oh, so you can build up a tolerance?
Yeah.
Clearly it hurt at one point.
Finger power. So after we got engaged, Patty and I, Patty's brother, cheers.
Sick, dude. Yeah, we can cheers too. Cheers.
Patty's brother, Jimmy, we go out to we're out to dinner, and he goes, "Want to know the best thing about always wearing a ring?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." We were drinking Corona, and he just like popped it. He was like, "Never need a bottle opener again."
That's
and I was
pretty
like,
legit.
I was like, "Shit, that's awesome." Another funny story. We were actually all together, and I showed someone that. They go to the airport, and they were like, they sent me a picture an hour later, and they're like, "Yo, just won $100 because I bet someone that I could open a beer with one hand."
Stop
So
it.
he was just like, and he said, "I won $100." I was like, "Dude, I'm doing that in the bars. Just gonna bet people I can open my beer with one hand." Pretty good.
Cash. You'd be collecting.
You'd be making some money.
That's like,
we should do that.
what do they
one
call
night.
that? That's like when you're like playing pool with someone, and then you like
You hustling.
hustle. Yeah, it's like hustling.
Like
someone.
Uncle Phil, baby.
Oh, yeah. The pool scene? It's a good scene. Oh,
Yeah.
What was this? What was the name? He's like Jeffrey. Bring out. I forgot the name. Of his
Lucille.
pool-
Yes. I watched it recently. Lucille. Yeah.
Jeffrey. Break out Lucille.
Yeah.
What a great show.
Dude, the pool table's no longer at Lake Placid anymore.
Why?
Damn.
Don't hit me with that news.
They just wanted to sell it.
It's an OG.
I know. That's where my cat used to hang
I know.
out.
That's why I honestly got upset a little bit because
I
I
know.
just
He threw away his bed.
The pool.
that cat had the biggest bed of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Just well, didn't your parents used to use that for laundry though, like the pool table?
They did.
It just always had a cover.
I've
so-
seen it.
They did.
I've seen it.
Yeah. Boxes were on there. I mean, it's yeah. It was
Everyone's
just-
got their spot.
It was
Everything
that
but
place
pool.
that you just put random shit.
Right.
You know, works out. But
We played the last time I was in Lake Placid. We actually played pool.
I know.
We did.
Yeah, that was you had a tantrum that night.
I did. Heat lost Game 7. Jimmy Buckets missed the shot to win it. It's fine. It's all good. Redemption this year.
Yeah.
Very
Chelsea?
excited.
All right.
Though they did achieve redemption. Well, we will see. They beat Boston.
That's great.
Thanks, man. I'm just really
I was
excited.
talking about last year.
Oh, sick.
Anyway,
Dude, you seem a little stressed. You okay?
I'm always stressed, dude. I'm sitting next to you.
Oh, I was gonna go with work, not me.
It's probably been a
Oh.
minute since he's taken time off.
I think so.
Oh, time off. That's a good point. I've had too much coffee. I got the jitters. That's for sure.
Yeah, with enough coffee, you don't need time off.
Nah, you're good.
How many cups you on right now?
No, come on.
Dude, I didn't know I was clicking the espresso button like the first
It's
2
the
or 3
little
cups.
cup.
I know, but
And
dude, 2 of them?
It tells you the ounces on the thing.
Well, what is 2 ounces of 3 ounces of espresso?
It says 2.5 on the machine. When you click it, it's 2.5 ounces.
Is that just 1 shot?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've had like 3. Plus straight black coffee. That's a
3
lot.
shots of espresso, probably 3 other coffees.
You sound like some general Americans who just work to live.
That's it.
Live to work. Crap. It's the
Yep.
other one. Live to work.
You
Live to
grind
work.
Too hard. Yeah, you really fucked that one up.
It happens,
It's
man.
alright,
I'm
dude.
just.
It's alright.
It's a lot of pressure.
I mean, I enjoy what I do. So, is it
Okay.
considered more work, or is it a passion?
Well, you don't want to burn out.
I don't know. I
You
mean,
a creaky door?
I guess what I'm saying is like, it's gonna take a lot. I think a lot more than what people think it's gonna take to actually burn out.
According to Deloitte, 77% of Americans have faced burnout or felt burnout.
Yeah, but like,
What does that mean?
What's really burnout?
Burnout is when you need to take a vacation and you haven't, by my definition.
I think it's like lack of motivation and stuff. Well, as you know, you can go into like, okay, well then discipline should take its place. You know, like you gotta maintain that. But I don't know, man. Not everyone's wired the way Kenneth Massa's wired, right? Like there are some people that just you get burnt out. I don't know how else to explain.
to
I guess I can look
unplug,
it up.
man.
I'll
See,
look
like when I go on a
burnout.
vacation, I still work. So I mean, like when
You're
you
one of the
say like
few.
go on vacation, do you mean like, well, first off, like how long? Like, is it a week or is it like a minute?
I think it depends for each individual. It's just a time to unplug. Some people take 2-day vacation. Some people take a week. At the end of the day, it's still considered a vacation.
I
So-
work until I would say this is basically my ritual. I work until I feel that my performance is diminishing. So that would be I wake up in the morning at 5:30, and then I just work until the end of the day. Basically, I feel like my mental capacity is just not sufficient enough for me to complete my tasks. And then at that point, I just do something like I binge watch Netflix for an hour and a half, or typically do something
Binge watch. That's one episode.
All right, 2 hours, 2 episodes. Sorry,
Love is Blind too.
Yeah,
Big fan
your
of
favorite.
that one.
big fan of that. Watch that in the past episodes.
So the definition is basically feeling exhausted and sluggish because you're overwhelmed. Wait, actually, that's not the right one.
Sounds
You know
like
what's
Kenny
really
every
good?
night when he can't complete his task, he's sluggish. and
Physical,
exhausted.
emotional, and mental exhaustion, accompanied by a decrease in motivation.
You know what's a good
lower
thing?
performance, blah, blah, blah. Like decision fatigue, that's a big contributor to it. If you're constantly just making decisions, and it's just a lot weighs on your shoulders, you get tired.
But what I'm saying is, how long does it actually take to recuperate that? A night's sleep or a week vacation?
I guess it depends on the level. Like if it just doesn't let up, eventually it's just, I don't know.
And like, does the president take a week vacation because he's making some pretty heavy, decisions?
Yeah,
Listen, man,
depends.
CEOs, dude, they've got yachts. They got their time off. They're getting away. They're getting away.
President
But
is not a
I
good
think-
one to
I
ask.
think-
about.
Yeah, I agree. That was a terrible.
I think the key is
That's like
you're-
asking if a board like.
You're also a business owner, so like no one's gonna take the care like you will in your business. Like it's your baby, right? So like it's a little bit different.
Of course.
But I still think people should be taking PTO, man. Like you do have to get away. Like I think that does help because if you get away from it, like think about this, right? You're facing a problem constantly. It doesn't stop. And like if you don't step away from it, the solution may never come to you. Walking away actually helps you do that, which you kind of mentioned with your Netflix thing, but sometimes to like get a fresh perspective and rejuvenated outlook on work, taking PTO helps. Now, a weekend, like a 4-day weekend's probably enough.
I think you need a micro level of that and you need a macro level of that. I do take vacations, but I work on my vacations. But what I do on my vacations is less high level decision making and more in the business work.
Sustainment
Management.
almost.
No,
Keeping
I
the
wouldn't
lights
even say
running.
no, because I've closed pretty sizable deals on vacation, and that's growth. So I wouldn't say sustaining. I would just say I'm more selective with what I do on those times. I'm not doing things and stretching those times out.
So, what you're saying is you would never offer a sabbatical at your company.
30 days off, sign me up every single time, baby.
Yeah, that's
I'm
every
used-
5 years.
Hey,
but
I'm
I mean,
unplugged.
30 days. We're not. And then you're also talking about what? Well, thousands of employees.
That's
behind
every
you?
5 years, but every year I'm using all 15, 17 days of my vacation. I'm not having any of it roll over. I'm not losing any of it where some people do, and that just blows my mind.
I'm not saying don't.
I've
I think
done that.
everyone should take a vacation
and
like,
not
you should
work
do
during
that.
it.
Yeah, I'm not saying work
Okay.
during it.
Okay.
For me, it's different. I don't. But if one of the team members in my company wants to take a vacation, I'm not going to make them work on it. They're going to be out. Yeah, that's it.
Would you be upset if someone took time off and it was just like a mental health day? Like they just decided, I need a break, and just took the day?
Do they have PTO to cover it?
Yeah, like
I
they
give-
issued,
yeah, I don't
they
care.
submitted the time, but like,
yeah.
Well, I give, and here's another thing. I give flex PTO.
Yeah.
So I don't have a capped 15 days, 13 days, whatever you guys have. It's a flex PTO. So I'm not telling someone what they can and cannot do.
We're
It's
doing
up to
all
you.
this work to make money. Let me go spend that money on a vacation, doing things that I enjoy, and not, spending those 8-9 hours working. Like it's great, but I want those breaks to step away to enjoy, to relax. I think it's super important.
In some cases.
Johnny, you've been quiet on this one.
No, I think it's important, but like James, for instance, I know you're talking about Kenny and obviously the grind, the man, the myth, the legend. I feel like you have a hard time getting away. Like, and I think you're even more invested sometimes. Like, you work your ass off, but then, like, you have your hands in so many other things, and you're invested, and you just don't know how to switch sometimes. But I also look at, like, the PTO thing. I feel like some of the PTOs we do take isn't very relaxing to begin with. So it's like, is PTO taking a vacation really a vacation? Like, I haven't taken really a vacation.
Yeah, because we're traveling.
Yeah, it's like traveling. It's like more for something else that's being done or happening. Someone's getting married, bachelor party, this, that. Like,
We switch out meetings with you need to be here at this time.
it's like, come back. We need a vacation after the vacation.
We're going to go see really cool trees in the
Yeah.
forest. Be there at 8. Wait, I don't even have to be at work until 8:30. Why am I waking up earlier?
We're more regimented and structured on our PTO days.
Yeah, so I think that's true.
And I'm
That's a
usually
fact.
just following along on business calls still because I don't really I take those calls. But
But it's also so much easier to follow work when you're away because a lot of things can be done from this mobile device.
yeah.
I've always done like a couple days here and there type vacations. This was the first year, just because it was a honeymoon, right, that I took 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
I didn't touch anything. Not
Which
a
is
single thing.
amazing.
It was the first, and I think it was because I replaced meetings with "Be Here at this time." I mean, we were all over the world, not the United States, and it, you know, it was just that was already stressful in its own right. So the last thing I wanted to do was go look at my emails and see some fire that maybe was happening. Relatively, though, I actually left during the greatest time ever. My boss came back and said, "You couldn't have left at a more perfect time."
lights are
we
still
had
on.
we had nothing going on crazy. Like, it was great. So I was happy that it went that way, but it could have been worse. I don't know.
How did you feel when you got back? Were you re-energized, rejuvenated, ready to go? Or
The
no?
jet lag was unbearable. So
crushing.
no, no. Unfortunately. But when I've done cruises, I like that the most because yes, they have Wi-Fi, but it gives you the best ability to really unplug. I tend to come back. It's really looking at screens for me. It's my eyes. If I can just get away from a screen for like a day or two, I you know, nothing really affects me. But when it's just been like my first quarters, like really long nights, I'm up till 3 a.m. trying to get these reports done. That's when I could use it the most because like my eyes are just bugging out.
Honestly, I'm more stressed when I am disconnected for extended periods of time. Like, it is more stressful. It is less stressful for me to be able to be connected and to know that everything is running smoothly because I feel like I have the ability to put out a fire or complete a situation or repair something or build something very quickly. So, like, what is it? That 15 minutes that's going to take me to do that is going to alleviate my stress, make me feel better because I'm accomplishing more. I know that things are going as they should, but if I'm disconnected, that just concerns me. And it doesn't concern me because I think people are doing something wrong. It concerns me that people aren't able to get to me if they can't get to me, then what happens?
It's the what if and what's unknown, right? Like what you're going through at the end of the day.
Yeah. I'm actually a better performer at doing more and doing it all. Like, I feel like it's not a problem. Like, why can't I take a couple calls and also go snowboarding? I can do that.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I don't.
Snowboarding?
If every day could be like that, right?
Yeah,
Like, that'd
well,
be
that's-
insane. But
That's
you
the dream.
can't because there's just a lot of time and
Chasing
effort
the
needs to be
rat,
put
baby.
into
That's
work.
right.
But you got to find the balance. You know,
Just do it all.
No, find the balance. Listen,
Do it
outside
all.
of you own a company, it's different. For those that are working for a company, you can be replaced just like that. So you shouldn't feel bad if you're going to go take time away, take those 5 days, take those 2 weeks, whatever. It'll be there when you get back. There are people that you would put in place to do the job, keep the boat steady, and when you get back, you step right back in.
does it feel like neglect? Like you're neglecting something?
It
'Cause
did
it
in the
could-
beginning, but not anymore.
I still,
me.
I would say I still kind of struggle. And I think it's kind of what Kenny's talking about. Like he feels weird when he's not around work. Like it's so part of you and ingrained. You know, kind of your American comment, right? Like we live to work. It's so ingrained in who you are and what you do on a daily basis that when you officially like cut it off cold turkey, it's kind of like quitting smoking, right? You just it doesn't feel natural at the moment. I don't know. I get that usually in the beginning of a trip, but then it settles in and I'm okay. I can enjoy myself, but I don't. I feel like I'm doing something bad. Like I shouldn't be doing this at first, and then eventually I start to enjoy what I'm doing. But I don't know if you guys ever felt that way.
I agree with both of you. It's like you just want to know what's going on. I don't know. I've got amazing team members, so it's like they've always given me feedback on like, dude, just take some time off. Don't worry about it. We can run with your business while you're out, which is an amazing feeling, and that's a testimony to the amazing people I work with. However, I don't know. I just like to know what's going on. But I think as I've gotten older, as you appreciate things differently, you look at things differently, I have found myself taking a little bit more of a step back versus being as fully invested as I've been in years for the past like 3, 4, 5 years. Now it's a little bit different, but priorities change a little bit. But again, to your point, like it's a little bit different for your sake. For us, again, it's a little bit.
Well,
we're replaceable.
You don't want to make it your identity, right? Because then other things can suffer.
Yeah, no.
Your
my
relationship?
job is my lifestyle. Yeah,
Right?
my relationship is. I am with someone that truly devotes themselves to our lifestyle.
Yeah.
Of course, it is rewarding, but it's also very difficult to be with me, to know that, you know, there's times where we're at dinner and I'm texting a client. There's times where I'm working at 11, 12, 1, 2 a.m. There are times that, like yesterday, I was up and going from, 5:30 to, I got in at 11 o'clock last night. Like, it just happens. And, like, it's very difficult, but the partner that you're with, is crucial in that. It's not for everybody.
100%.
I agree with that.
But at one point, it's going to be massively rewarding, and I'm going to make sure that it's massively rewarding. I don't know when that's going to be. We're still young.
Hopefully it's early. That's the thing that scares me the most, man. If anything's going to keep me up at night, it's working my fucking ass off day in, day out for years and years and years, and waking up, and now I'm 65, and now I finally get to enjoy the fruits of my labor.
Which, unfortunately, that ain't the way life is anymore. We're not getting Social Security.
Nope.
Like, you can't rely on your
No.
401k.
Your
like-
retirement amount is fucking through the roof in order to, like, live comfortably.
Yeah. So,
Goodness.
it
so
is.
to commend you, Kenny, like, I mean, you're busting your ass. You've got a company. You're doing very well for yourself. I hope it comes early for you because, and for all of us, but it's something that keeps me up at night because
For sure.
you only live once.
The one thing you
YOLO.
can't get back. Just say YOLO and sound like a little girl.
High pitch.
YOLO. No, the one thing you
Only
can't
live
get back is time. So you're right. Waking up and boom, now you're 65, and here's all these things you could have done, should have done. For me, now Kenny, it works for you. You're saying where you're able to still be productive, do work, run your company, but enjoy your vacation. For me, it's like I don't want to have to worry about that shit. I just want to plug into my vacation and being here in the moment because I might not ever be here again.
I'm thinking about it a little different, though, I think that here's where I'm mixed up. Like, the one thing you can't get back is time. That's 100% certain. And how I think about it is, like, do I want to be working on a vacation when we're on a flight to Greece and we're going to all of these places and, like, we're going all over Europe and all this stuff? No, I don't want to be working. Well, I want to be enjoying that time, right? But the time that I'm investing consistently, right? Thinking about time, I'm instead of taking my time and placing it from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. over the course of 40 years, I'm going from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., and I'm trying to do it in 10 years. So I'm saying I'm willing to invest my time now, hoping I don't get hit by a bus tomorrow, and condensing that so that I can have that reward in 20 years. That's going to be massively rewarding. So I'm just saying, because I don't want to be the guy at 40 being, shit, if I've spent one more hour each day over the course of the last 20 years, that could have potentially gave me, like, at least I know I literally probably couldn't have worked more.
Right.
My brain just, sometimes I just can't do that.
Gave 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you're going to do it, go
110
all
in
in
this
with
case.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I think it comes down to what's your why.
Yeah.
Why are you doing it?
That's it.
I would love to run this podcast back in like a year, 2 years, maybe 3 years. I don't know what it's going to be
Maybe 10.
when we have kids. Because here's something that you put yourself in a unique situation. You can build a legacy.
Yeah.
Something that lasts. I mean, it can go generational for because you own this, right? You can will it down and keep going on and on. We can will down money and other things that we maybe build in future lives that we have, but right now we're just working for a company, so it's a little bit different. But anyways, the why kind of helps too. Why are you
Yeah.
putting in all those hours?
Priorities change.
Life is the relentless prioritization of tasks.
Hit him with it, James.
It's the quote.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Welcome to Hot Takes. Today we're going to be talking about a topic that is pretty controversial. Should you opt to have your work email on your phone? James, why don't you kick us off?
Well, I'm going to say no.
Absolutely fucking not.
Wow. Aggressive. I love it.
Johnny?
Yes.
I say yes. Ty, what do you think about this one?
As someone who does have their work email on their phone, I guess I have to say yes.
Yeah, I think it's important. I mean, I'm in a different position, I guess, a little bit, but I am a firm believer that fast responses are really key in the world that we live in. I think that every person is really, really built to have things in their hands and have the abilities to receive information and data and everything really fast now. So I think that just has to be the way it is. Responses have to be quick.
If you're not a doctor, no one's dying on the table, so it can wait until the morning. That's my thoughts on it.
No.
Well, I don't mind having it and using it during the day, during work hours. But I think that's what Ryan's point is, and where I also stand. You got to disconnect. You got to. And having it on your phone sometimes makes you stay connected, and you kind of keep gravitating towards your emails. I'll even go on vacation. I hate it. I hate myself for doing it because I want to unplug completely. I want to get away. And then how many emails did I get? It's Monday, and I'm off, and it's I don't know. I think it just adds unnecessary stress, and you could remove that stress by just not having it downloaded and working from your work computer.
It's called having an out of office for a reason. I'm out of the office. I'll check with you tomorrow.
Well,
You can wait.
Do you ever see these people that actually put an out of office from 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. So they're off hours.
Every
Like, still
single
during
day.
the week, like Monday to Tuesday, Wednesday, every day.
Absolutely, yeah. When you clock out, you're done for the day. I'll see you in the morning. Out of office on.
You have one on for you?
When
for
I
personally?
log off for the day, yeah. I'm
So
not checking it at midnight.
If I email you at 8 p.m., I'm going to get the out-of-office response.
Absolutely.
Really?
Interesting.
So you just keep it on, and then whenever you go on vacation, you just switch it to the vacation version.
Yeah, you just change up the verbiage instead of I'll be back tomorrow,
internally and externally.
internally and externally. But as you'll hear, I like to unplug, and work is work, and I like to separate. So that's me. But that's why I'm where I'm standing.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, you're just using that auto response to kick someone and say, hey, wait for me to respond to you in 16 hours. I just respond to them.
At 11 p.m. at night, I'm not thinking about you. I'm either sleeping or watching the Heat game, something stupid.
No.
Do any of your companies require you to have it?
What, email?
Yeah.
I don't require our team to have it, but I do think that it's highly recommended that you have it, because if I shoot you an email, we use internal. I think another thing though, internally, a lot of companies are using Slack or some internal messaging system.
Teams.
Right?
Yeah, I think that counts towards this too.
If that counts for this, yes, I expect you to answer me at 8 o'clock if I respond. If I send you something, I will literally say, hey, you don't need to respond to this right now, but just put this on your radar, because I'm constantly on the go. And I'm constantly looking at things. But if there's something urgent that we need at 9 a.m., how are you supposed to be prepared?
I'm assuming this is on a Sunday or a Saturday, not 9 a.m. on a Monday when you actually have work going on.
Yeah, I'm saying, if someone comes in at 9 a.m. and they're not seeing their messages until 9 a.m. and I shoot them something at 7 o'clock at night, which isn't even that late, how are they supposed to be prepared for that at 9 a.m.? They're not. They're just supposed to, look at it then. I don't think that's.
Are you paying them hourly or salary? Because
Salary.
you gotta pay them overtime if they're hourly, and now you're expecting them to be on the clock and responding.
No, everyone's salary.
That's one situation, but it could also determine this, depending on their structure. That plays
There's
a
laws
factor.
on that too.
There are, yeah. And
Yeah,
if
the
it's
law is to answer your emails.
Okay.
then there's the graveyard shift too, though. That's an additional pay outside of overtime. So it just depends on the setup, I guess, is what I'm.
And
what
the
I'm getting
role,
at.
I think the roles. I want to say my company, and I'm surprised, Johnny, you don't have a requirement because you guys are a little more sales centric. But I think our sales team is required to have their emails on their phone.
Yeah, and that's probably how I look at things, right? I'm looking at it
Yeah.
from like a performance sales, like client relations perspective in most cases. So
Yeah, I just think it depends on the individual, right? You also got to factor like who the audience is, who you're reaching out to. Are you conscious of like their well-being? Is there something going on outside of work? Well, let's bring it back to like the 8 to 5 or 8 to 4, 9 to 5. I mean, you could argue that's not even like a real thing anymore because so many people have the flexibility during those core hours to get stuff done after 5, 6 o'clock at night, where what is the difference between doing work versus just getting an email and having it on your phone? I don't see a difference whatsoever. Because I have people I work with, they have kids, they take their kids to school, they have a lot more flexibility in the morning, can't get stuff done because of prior obligations, but then they'll be working their core time from like 7 to 9 p.m. and I'll get emails, follow-ups, and that doesn't bother me. So like if they're reaching out to me and I have my phone and I'm looking at it, I'm going to respond. It takes 1, 2, 3 minutes maybe to respond to an email. I think it's just a hypothetical scenario. I don't know. I'm all for having an email on the phone. I don't think it's that much of a burden. But again, you talk about Teams, Slack, like arguably people communicate via text now.
Yep.
Right. So what is the
True.
difference there? Like if I have to reach out to a customer or an internal, employee, like is it not work because I'm texting them? Probably not. So
I'm talking about the average time too. Like there's also circumstances. Like
Yeah.
if someone's having a baby or something like that. I'm not gonna be like, hey, can you get me this?
Yeah.
I'm not doing
course.
that. I'm talking about the average.
yeah.
If you're at home watching HGTV at 8:30 at night, and I send you an email, you have the full capability of responding. Like you're watching HGTV.
I think that comes to my point from what I'm getting from both of you. It's the expectation that was set from the company's perspective, essentially on what they want to see from you on how you interact with your applications on your phone, with your work applications, essentially. Because the other side of it is usually work sets the expectation that, well, you're at work. Don't be texting, taking calls, answering emails, shopping, and all those other things from your personal life, right? So why should, and again, remember, I'm a no on this. Why should work expect you to operate that way, but then also have the, what's your saying, Ryan? It's the,
Oh boy.
the double negative kind of thing.
Oh, double standard.
Double standard.
Yeah.
Thank you. Where you are required to answer work stuff in your personal time. It's your personal time.
I get that, but I think that you have to look at the business that you're in, and you have to look at what is the core value of your business. If speed of response dictates your ability to grow and scale and commit
Role-based.
to your clientele, well, then that's what you need to do. But if not, like that's like saying an emergency room, like emergency's like, nah, we're open or we're closed or we're not gonna take anybody in. They need to respond instantly all the time.
It's probably why Ryan and I like this. We're back office people.
Yeah, we're operations, so it's
But-
different for you guys and more sales.
Yeah.
You guys both face deadlines, and like there's an expectation that if you have something due the following day, like you have
But
to
I'm
get
salaried.
it done.
That's true too. I'll also say when you talked about the flexibility piece, if you have that worked in, there could be times where you're working past 5, you're working past 6, but at some point you're going to say, all right, I'm done for the day. I'm shutting it down. At that point, I'm not looking at it later.
Yeah,
So
that's
for
the
me, it's
outlier,
not
I
more
guess,
about time. Maybe
for
it's
sure.
not time, like it's not specific to 5, but when I say I'm done for the day, like that's when the out of box goes on. It could be 6, it could be 7, right? But it's more a
100%.
mindset where
I guess
I'm closing the door, stepping away.
if you're getting everything that you need to do done by 6, 7, whatnot, and no one needs to reach out to you, that's one circumstance. But if things pop up and something is urgent, what happens?
Yeah.
You just don't respond?
And that's even to that point, it's like for us particularly, it's like if my customer has a fire or has something going on and they are on the clock or working later at night and they reach out to me, I feel like I'm obligated to respond.
100%.
That's me personally. Like, I don't feel like everyone needs to be that way, but it's like they're going out of their way to reach out to you for something that's probably critical or urgent that's we have some type of solution or impact on. So it's like you probably should respond. Now, listen, to your point, though, if it's not that urgent and you're just sending out an email at 8, 9 o'clock and you're saying, hey, you don't need to respond right now, but just be mentally ready. Like, hey, by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock the next day, like, there's an expectation this needs to be done. Fair game.
I think my company set up a culture perspective that text messages when it's urgent. But you have that person's number. I don't have everyone's number in my company, so if there is something urgent that requires my attention and the only way to get to me is email and IMs, I think its frequency is when it comes to play next.
So you will get a text, and you have gotten a text later at night that you have to respond to.
A text?
A text.
No.
No one has ever texted you after hours.
No, my boss usually just sets the tone of if I'm on vacation and you need me, text me. But they're also saying I'm making myself available for this. If I don't make myself available, then I'm not available.
Yeah.
I think you just hit the nail on the head. It's the expectation from the business, from your supervisor, you know, what your setup is. We've said there's a lot of different variables, but Ty, right, as that deciding factor, where do you land on this? We kind of have made our points and differences.
Did we change your opinion?
I think I'll be keeping my email on my phone.
Yes.
Tomato.
Yes.
Fair enough.
That
Awesome.
hurts.
All right. I think we came to a conclusion. Email on your phone is a preferred and is going to make your boss love you. See you next time. So what are you guys doing in your time, or how do you manage your work-life balance? If you even believe in work-life balance. I mean, there's debatable cases on that too.
Who wants to go first?
I definitely believe in work-life balance because I don't want to burn out, like we talked about at the beginning. So for me, it's finding a set time that I'm going to put towards work. Now, it's not going to be the same every day, but there's a time where I turn it on, and then I turn it off. Like, I typically, unless it's crazy circumstances, not going to be up at, you mentioned earlier, 1, 2, 3 a.m. working. I have a time where I shut it down, I shut the door, and now I'm not worrying about work until the next day. I'm going to the gym, I'm hanging out with my wife, I'm hanging out with my friends, going on vacation, whatever it is, that social aspect for the things that I most enjoy in this world. So I'm finding a way to pay for the life I want and pay for all the activities I want to do and putting time for that. But I'm also spending time to step away and actually enjoy everything I'm working for. That's how I look at it.
And not only that, but Ryan, you're not a 9-to-5 guy. Just to preface too, like you put in time to make sure you're building your career.
Right.
How many tests have you taken? Certifications?
Enough.
Or
With
what are they,
more to
series? That stuff you're grinding at night.
Yeah.
I know you have to make sacrifices for that stuff, but it's not like you're just a 9-to-5 guy either. You know, you're still putting in the work. It's just when the work is done, the work is done.
And that's
right?
why what those tests usually the test day is whatever day, and the next day we are on vacation. And I have a pretty good success rate where we take the test and then we're celebrating on vacation, enjoying life.
What
You did that last time too.
what did Ryan used to tell us in the beginning? Listen, man, my brain only works from 9 to 5.
That is a fucking fact.
I mean, he uses all his brain power.
Space
and then
cadet.
all of a sudden, it's just like, all right, shutting down for that.
That's why I'm stumbling with words. We live to work, work to live. I can't even remember what we're talking about at the beginning of
Work.
this.
Work.
Work. No.
That was good.
Great job, dude.
Thanks, man. James started it, though. How do you guys manage it?
So I started off my career thinking, all right, you know what, I'm just going to bust my ass now, and it'll pay off in a few years. And I'll probably be able to grow and progress in my career to where I'll be able to afford the luxuries of I've built a system, I've built processes that I don't need to always be around constantly and really do the grind. And that has shown to be fruitful now. So what I've shifted from, so we're talking about, I was the first one in the office, last one to leave every single day. No one could beat me on that. No way. For like 4 years. And let me tell you, it put some stress on my relationship. And I kept telling my now wife, listen, just deal with me. It's gonna pay off. Like, and then the pay came, as well as the time kind of came a little bit more. And we're feeling great, right? We're relationship's great, and we're just kind of hanging out and taking life day by day. So now I've made a determination that things go on at work, right? And you don't know how your day is going to be, at least in my work environment. I'm sure you guys have similar. Shit just comes up. You might have a plan for that day, and then throw it out the window by 10 o'clock, if it even makes it that late. So in my opinion, that usually bleeds into my nighttime. So I've made it so that way mornings are my time. I'll wake up 5, 6, 7, however late I want to wake up. but I'm online at 9. Everything in the morning is my time. It's whatever I get to do for me. Yeah, relationship-wise too. And then obviously I make time to like go and do things with my wife and my friends and stuff too. But if something's going to bleed into my personal time, it's going to be my post 5 o'clock. At least that's how I've dealt with it now.
Another one. Nice.
Nice.
It's okay.
It's all right, dude.
Johnny, what do you do?
I suck at work-life balance.
Hey, at least you know.
I mean, I admit it. First in the office, last one out. I think it's a pride thing. I think we all got that it factor.
That's fair.
Want to win, want to be competitive. It's just a natural thing. But I also think it's important to recognize, so what I'm looking for, that there's area of improvement for sure from work-life balance. You guys know me. I suck at sleeping too. These past 6 months.
1 a.m. the man will just be on YouTube.
That's a hell of an
Johnny hasn't
impersonation.
slept.
That was a little high pitch though.
Johnny literally hasn't slept. in
Shuffle,
like
shuffle,
15
shuffle,
years.
shuffle.
And it's
Shuffle, shuffle. That's him in his bed.
I
Sorry.
know, but you guys are just talking. It was more like, yeah, it was good.
I'm done.
No, the
Proceed.
sleeping thing definitely has been a factor, especially over the last like 6 months.
Is that stress because you're thinking about work
Stress,
24/7?
it's
Like,
work. I mean, I'm doing more in the job than I ever have. But with a lot of that comes a lot of great responsibilities, comes a lot of great opportunity. Like it's things like you want in life, right?
Yeah.
I don't really care about like the recognition. It's about the impact at the end of the day. And I don't know. I think better at night too. So like it's hard to switch, right? Like
being a morning person versus a night
Have to
night
be.
person.
like if I don't get in the gym in the morning, my day's already not looking too
not
promising.
agreed.
And like that's
I agree too.
Wait till kids are involved.
oh, I know.
You gotta wake up earlier.
How are we going to manage work-life balance when kids are involved? I don't even know.
You figure it
Sleepless.
out.
You
I think
figure it out.
out.
You sleep less. Some babies sleep when they're young. Like
You're going to sleep less, John?
no, some people. I mean,
You can't sleep less than 5 minutes.
yeah, I don't.
Insomnia's
But
real.
yeah, it's tough. I mean, but I recognize it. However, you both mentioned, and I think you did, like, you got to have a rock too. Like your significant other, your fiance, your wife. Like, I don't think until you mature and grow and get into the relationship where you find that person, like how much that person is your rock. Like, obviously your why changes.
We're about to get deep.
Yeah, no, let's not get too deep. But
A little deep.
I think at the end of the day, like your why is going to change when you have kids. Probably going to think about them first. But right now it's like, how can I make my fiance, future wife, very soon, proud? And then what am I doing to help others and impact others? And then at the end of the day, is it giving me success in my life? And that's all it comes down to. But it's tough. It's tough to balance, especially, again, we talk about it, you know?
That guy's having some trouble, too.
He
He can only balance the OR.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's supposed to be like work or life.
Oh!
I think that's
Timing.
Ty.
Good. Ty,
Good
well
job,
done.
Ty.
Well done, Ty.
Great job, Ty.
We appreciate you, Ty, the man behind the camera.
But yeah, I'm
I mean, I think
Suck
that's
at
what
this.
he did.
I mean, he at least goes to the gym, though.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got like little muscles.
I've heard The Rock say like he wakes up, it's crazy, 3, 4 a.m.
3.
does his workouts, but he goes to what you said.
That's what I got it from.
That is his time. So
my time.
kind of when we have more responsibilities built in, you need more time. You need that time to yourself at whatever comes late at night, early in the morning, and then for those other responsibilities. But I truly believe you still need that time, whether it's as a group, as an individual, to step away. Because-
Agreed.
Funny enough, that my time, though, I actually still am quote-unquote working just on my personal stuff. And sometimes it's professional.
Yeah.
You know, I need time to do bills. When the hell am I going to do bills? Sometimes I do them in the morning.
It's just an ongoing cycle
Yeah, exactly.
where your mind's always
Courses,
going.
Udemy, man. Things great.
Unless the
Love it.
Cowboys are playing, I'm sure you're pretty locked into that. That's a
Listen,
little time for you to
Cowboys,
step away,
Mets,
right?
Gators,
There we go.
the
So
Hatters.
September to February is a different person when it comes to work life because you guys got all the sports. All that
You're
football.
counting out.
I mean,
September. Yes,
Listen.
but then you got for some of us basketball, baseball, hockey season. It's-
All right, so you're just in a
your-
constant state.
your priorities
June.
changed a little bit, though.
You guys are
Unfortunately.
definitely more football fan. Well, you're pretty good at the Heat.
I think it's It's different with.
I mean, if it's going to come down to money in my pocket or something good, no. We're not picking sports over.
what are we talking about?
We're not sacrificing that time. I don't know. They're having a good conversation.
I know
over there.
they're pointing over there. Look,
What are we doing? What's up?
It's fairy dust.
It's Fugazi. It's Fugazi.
Fugazi.
It's Fugazi.
Tomato.
Tomato.
Onion.
Okay, sorry. I don't know.
What do we think? I mean, obviously, you gotta get your work-life balance in check.
So do you
However-
take PTO or not?
You absolutely fucking do. There's companies out there that give unlimited PTO. Take advantage of it. If you have regular PTO with a set amount of days, take advantage of it.
Didn't you have a stat that said unlimited PTO people actually take less PTO?
Yes, according to Namely, unlimited PTO, people only take 13 days a year versus when you have a set amount of PTO, people take 15 days a year.
It cuts 2 days. It's not the big of a deal.
It's just the fact that you have unlimited, like, it shouldn't be less. It should be more.
That same company that has unlimited PTO probably has like 14 different holidays as well.
Give me all the holidays.
I know,
too.
you're a big
Line-
holiday
Line
guy.
them up, baby. 3-day weekends. Come on now.
It's one thing I wish I worked in is the bank sometimes.
I'll never understand a float holiday. We have that. It's just you can use it any day of the year.
Don't you get a day off for
That's
your
a perk.
birthday
Do
too?
the same thing for my PTO. What?
Don't you get like a day off for your birthday?
you just have to take it in your during the month
Month?
of your birthday. So you don't have to take it on your birthday. Like it's not like,
Okay.
oh, it's my birthday and it's Sunday. What the hell? It's you can take it on any day in your birthday month.
It's my birthday. and
Which is
I
a
know
nice
you
perk.
want to.
Benefits package, baby. But I think we could probably all agree there's a work-life balance that works for you.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny's different. I'm different. You're different.
For
You're
sure.
different. You need to work on it.
Thank you, sir.
May I have another?
First step is admitting it.
Just don't overdose on melatonin, please.
I can't, dude.
I know you said you can't even take it anymore,
thought-
but anyways.
I need to stop drinking coffee.
Yeah. 5
Yeah,
cups
but
today, I think.
I don't know.
But
Could be less, could be more.
It gets the
Probably
people going, though.
more. I love coffee.
I love coffee.
Just like
Coffee's great.
Black with a little cream.
Woo!
How you making your coffee?
ready to go.
All right. Let's record podcast. No, okay.
Yeah, I think we've come to a conclusion. Most of the time, PTO is good for the sake of.
I think it goes back to James. It's different for everyone.
I'm just so
Yeah.
biased. I'm just so biased because I'm the person paying the PTO. So it's like, I gotta pay it, right? So it's like,
Ty's
for
laughing
me-
in the fucking background.
Tom's like, I'm taking all the vacation.
I mean, it's just like it's a little bit harder for me to agree with. Like, yeah, let's take 62 days off because I gotta pay those days. So
Hell
it's
yeah.
a little bit difficult for me to say that because it's not really the case. I'm like, work all of the days because either way, I gotta pay that bill. But no, I do think that there is a benefit to having that time off. I do think that you should take time off. You shouldn't go like there's people who take no time off
That's
across the
crazy.
year. That I don't know how you do that. I don't do that, but I do work on vacations. But it's a different shift. Every single person in every single position, depending on where they are in their career, their age, what they've done to experience. There's so many variables to the work-life balance situation. I don't really believe that there is a solidified work-life balance. For you guys, I think that there is more of a balance. I kind of like live, my work is my life, so I don't really have work-life balance. It's work and life. It's all one.
Right.
So it's difficult for me. But I think that the consensus is that if you are in the position to have that balance it. But I would recommend build something to create something larger for yourself and for your family and for your legacy. That would be my 2 cents.
Find your balance at the end of the day.
Yeah. Awesome. Until next time, the banter continues.